What's up, everybody? I got a little topic to give you, but first I got my ritual AM, some Pachamama coffee, some of that whipped cream. But let's get to talking today, man. I got a hell of a topic. I actually posted on Instagram, and people went crazy about it. Katie, how you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Katie knows all about them. They're fake natties. All about. Katie's a fake natty. Katie ain't natural. And I'm going to talk about that in this video. If you hear any random screaming, it is Memorial Day, as you can see by this limited edition Tiger Fitness shirt. If you didn't get one, sorry, they're gone. They're gone. They're all gone. Actually, might have a smaller medium left for you.
I don't have a medium.
Snooze, you lose. Katie snoozed, or actually just Matt forgot to send it.
No,
So,
we didn't ask.
or we didn't ask. Anyway, no, Matt just send them. Check it out, guys. So, the reason I'm bringing this up is for some reason, I keep getting brought into other people's Instagram posts about fake natties. Like, somebody will say something about being natural, and somebody like, well, you're not a fake natty like Simeon, Panda, and Marc Lobliner. Well, you're not a fake natty like Person X and Marc Lobliner. Or you're not a fake natty like Marc. And I'm like, whoa, a lot of things I need to address there. Number one is, let's address if I'm a fake natty or not. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Number two is, I'm all for fake natties. And I put that in my Instagram post. I'll say it all over, and I'll say it why. I'll tell you why. First of all, I'm not a fake natty. For goodness sakes, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel called My Hormone Replacement Therapy. I am publicly on hormone replacement therapy. I have stated publicly multiple times that while preparing for my pro card show in 2013, I was on steroids. I have not hidden anything from you guys. You guys even know, because she did a video, that my wife is on supplemental progesterone and testosterone for her hormone replacement therapy needs, because she had an extreme deficiency in those, which did affect our marriage negatively. Now, I'm also out there in promoting the greatest hormone replacement clinic in the world, and that's Hormone Health and Wellness in West Palm Beach, Florida. It's a real medical facility. It's not one of those weird internet things, but my man Dr. Kurt and his staff can help people around the world, around the USA, just the USA, because laws and stuff, and prescribe things. So even if you don't live in Florida like me, you correspond via phone, email, etc., texting, I text them a lot, and get things done. This is the year 2019. You don't have to go to a doctor's office anymore for treatment. In fact, my kid got sick a few weeks ago. We're able to FaceTime doctors on an app given to us by our health insurance to get them what they need, get their prescription, and get them fixed, get them healthy, get them the antibiotics they needed. I hate antibiotics, but for this, we needed it because it was an ear infection. You can't fuck with those, right? So, number one, I am not a fake natty. In fact, when I was one of the co-founders of the ANBF, the American Natural Bodybuilding Federation, I was one of the only ones, in fact, I believe I was the only one who was against natural athletes being able to compete on TRT or HRT. Difference between TRT and HRT is nothing. TRT is HRT, but HRT can also include other things like growth hormone, like thyroid, okay? So that's the difference. When I say HRT, I could mean TRT, or whatever. They're interchangeable in my opinion. So I am completely against natural athletes competing against anybody who puts any exogenous hormone in their body. That is people who are prescribed it, people who buy it off, the drug dealer on the corner. Anytime you are introducing exogenous hormones, I'm even in one of the guys who says even type 1 diabetics have to think about that. Because insulin can be anabolic, more anabolic than testosterone. Well, that's not fair. Well, life's not fucking fair. Okay, bodybuilding organizations are private organizations. Okay, if it is not your right to compete, it is a privilege. And it is a privilege, and you have to meet the criteria outlined by that organization. I'm not sure how that fits into American laws, which is why I don't own an organization. I haven't looked into it. But in my opinion, if someone says, hey, Mark, you cannot compete in this organization because you don't fit the criteria, whether it's because my nose is too big or my eyes are too blue, it doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, it's their organization. They can set the criteria however they feel. If you feel that you don't want transgenders in it, that's great. However, if you have a transgender inclusive organization, hey, just be forthright about it. But don't say that you're a fucking natural organization. You have people putting friggin' needles in their ass and, getting results. My wife, her testosterone is not abnormally high. It's at a physiologically normal level. Her progesterone is not high. However, it brought her back up to normal. But I'll be the first one to argue my wife has no business competing in a natural show. I look like I'm on a lot of steroids. I'm 220 something pounds at 5'7" and extremely lean. My wife doesn't. She's a suburban soccer mom, period. She knows it. I love her. She's beautiful, gorgeous. You wouldn't accuse my wife of being on steroids. However, she still is. And she has no business competing against Lifetime Naturals. You can't base it on if someone looks good or not. I know a lot of guys who take a lot of fucking steroids, all kinds of steroids, and still look like absolute shit. Because at the end of the day, you can't polish a turd into a diamond. And sometimes if you take steroids and you're a turd, you just become a bigger turd. It is what it is. I happen to have decent genetics where when I took steroids, I responded pretty well. I was winning shows as a Lifetime Natural up until the age of 27 when I went on TRT. And I say TRT because it was testosterone only. And guess what? I was 154 pounds on stage at that time. When I started on TRT, I was able to grow because my testosterone was at normal levels. Now, when I went on my exogenous, then do I think I needed to go above TRT to win a pro card? No. I could have won without it. I could have, and I regret taking it to this day. I should have stayed on TRT only. I think the health risks were not worth it. Trenbolone made me feel like absolute shit. However, hindsight's 2020. I'm not dead. Hopefully it didn't take any years off my life. You live and learn, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, I played football as well. I probably will have CTE by the time I'm 55. So guess what? We do shit. We live from it. We learn from it. And if it takes years off our life, fucking YOLO. Nothing I can do about it now, right? I made a mistake. I live with it. At the end of the day, I have a pro card. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. But at the time, I wanted that fucking pro card. And I have tunnel vision when I have a goal, which is one reason why I was so focused on career, I almost ruined my marriage, which is another reason. There's a lot of things I do in life that are goal-based that fuck up the rest of my life. But that's besides the point. At the end, I'm not a fake natty. I'm not natural at all. I haven't been natural since 2007, and I will never be natural again. I will always be on HRT because my body needs it because I do not produce sufficient amount of hormones due to an endocrinological issue I had in my early 20s that I never recovered from. That's it. What that was, exhaustion. I ran my body to the brink. I worked too hard to put myself through school. I essentially fatigued the shit out of myself, and I wound up in an emergency room a couple times because of it. I'm a workaholic. I am a driven person, and sometimes that's not good for you or your life or your marriage. Thank God I have the most amazing wife in the world who stuck by me, and now I think I'm pretty fucking awesome. But she had a good 15-year run where I was a piece of shit. So I'm aware of that, completely aware of that. And that's part of being a man, is you accept when you make mistakes and you get better. So right now, you look at our Instagram, it's all real. Like, we are madly in love. We have the perfect relationship considering our circumstances of having 3 kids and stress and running companies. But fuck, man, what you see is what you get. Like, we are perfect. Our marriage is fucking great. But it wasn't always that way. So relationship goals right now was relationship nightmares before. Remember that. So here's why people are fake natty. Bottom line. By the way, cheap product plug, because it's my video, because I need to say it. Ritual AM is fucking amazing. Ruckus, come here. I met my dog. Come here, Ruck. Here, Ruckus, come here. Over here. This is my dog, Ruckus. Ruckus, come here. He's a golden doodle. Ruckus, say hi. Say hi. I love my Ruckus. He's the best thing in my life, other than my wife and my kids and pretty much a lot of things, but I really love that dog. Anyway, let's talk about why fake natty needs to be and why I'm a fan of fake natties. Not a fan, but why I understand. Now, when I was on steroids, people used to ask me if I was natural, and I used to just not answer it. And I used to say, my use of it, it's none of your business. And that was the approach I took. However, you guys need to realize that steroids are illegal. And admitting something in public, saying that I am on steroids, is basically like saying, hey, I have illegal contraband in my possession. Not saying they would do it. I know the DEA has a lot of other shit to do. But let's say for some reason, and we've seen this in the FDA has gotten people, for example, look at Health Canada. You want to look at a situation. They had some zealous motherfucker in there who banned carnitine and banned vitamin K because they thought vitamins and minerals and supplements were fucking evil. They won't let you put creatine with caffeine. Not even fucking with you here. Let's say someone comes into the DEA in 5 years, okay? This isn't far-fetched. Look at some of the crazy fucking appointees we've had. He says, hey, wait a second. Look at these motherfuckers on Instagram, man. Let's make an example of them. I want you to round up everybody who's has probable cause of having steroids in there. I know it sounds far-fetched, but I'm going hyperbole here. The DEA has the internet. So let's say you have, and he's a good friend of mine, but I'm going to use him because he's always brought up. I'm not saying he's on. I've never talked to him about it. And I don't care because even if he is on, if I took more steroids than him, I'd still look like a piece of shit next to him. That's Simian Panda, right? Simian Panda has 8 million followers on Instagram. So if the DEA wanted to make an example of somebody, like they've done in Nordic countries. You guys have to realize, in Nordic countries, they are prosecuting bodybuilders, drug testing them, and putting them in jail for using steroids. Let's say we go that route. Let's say we get an anti-steroid president. Remember, guys, steroids were legal up until 1990. Legal. Okay? Shit can change. Now it's a scheduled substance that'll get you thrown in jail. Let's say we get somebody in office, right? Let's say fucking Bernie Sanders wins, and all of a sudden he goes like, you know what? Steroids aren't socialist enough. We're going to fucking arrest every steroid user. And guess what? It's not far-fetched because it happens in other countries. It's happened in the Nordic countries, guys. Fucking open your eyes. Okay? Read about world events. Okay, they go in, Simian. Simian comes out. He goes, hey, guys, I'm on fucking 10 grams of Tren a week. I'm on fucking all this. And keep in mind, guys, the intent to distribute might be, what if Simian has 6 months of shit in his house? Assuming we're going with this fucking hypothetical situation. Simian's got enough shit to have intent to distribute strapped on him. And by the way, I've known people who've gotten popped and been put on probation or thrown in jail and had their assets frozen for intent to distribute for personal use. What they did is they ordered a bunch of shit for them and their 2 friends. They all pulled in and bought it. What happened? Boom, probation. Know what I'm talking about, Katie? Yep. We've seen it fucking firsthand. So your entire reputation is built on Instagram. You have 8 million followers. You're selling all kinds of fucking 12-week guides to bigger biceps, triceps, and penises. Whatever you're selling. It would be the dumbest thing in the world to admit to an illegal crime on Instagram. Because, newsflash, the government has the internet. In fact, Al Gore invented the internet. That's right. Al Gore brought us the internet. He was a part of the government. Now he's helping to fix global warming. Are you not seeing where I'm going here? I hope you are, because I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. Katie, am I missing something? God damn it, you gotta stick around for these things. I'm on a roll. I talked about our marriage, our sex life. By the way, our sex life is fucking awesome now. Let me tell you about our sex life. Kids are in the basement playing Fortnite. Check it out. So was talking to Dr. Kurt and my people at Hormone Health and Wellness, right? And Katie had gotten thyroid levels read, but they were low, but they're still normal. Normal for a fucking mouse without a thyroid. You know, fucking morons, doctors. So I'm like, look, Kurt, you know, bro, I feel fucking amazing. I'm boxing, I'm training, I'm making gains. I mean, dude, I'm horny. I feel great. I would say I feel like I'm 18, but I never felt this good in my life. I'm 38 years old. It's been a year. I'm feeling fucking amazing, Kurt. Cue out my wife. He goes, dude, my specialty is women. I said, well, so is mine. He goes, no, for hormones. Oh, okay, I got you. You got my joke there? So anyway, so Katie did a consultation with Kurt, and sure as shit, like it took like a month and a half of kind of adjusting things, and then it was like 50% better. And then Kurt's like, we need to fix your thyroid. Within a week, Katie was a new woman. She used to have to take naps at 3 p.m. Am I wrong, Katie? You come here. I'm all alone here.
I'm not camera ready.
You're never camera ready. You're always beautiful.
Cleaning the garage.
She was cleaning the garage. Okay. At least I didn't have to. I was taking a nap. So check it out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Katie, within a week of the thyroid, you were buzzing around like you were on cocaine. Not quite that, but you know what I mean. Like she was on point. What I'm saying is HRT is what I believe in. I am all for the use of steroids. The only thing I'm concerned with is people who are using it irresponsibly, people who are using it for the wrong reasons, where there's no positive, more negative than positive, or they just want to look good. People who don't understand that if you go off cycle, you're going to lose all your shit. And honestly, people who are too young or just haven't realized their base sometimes. Now, it depends. I know some 19, 20, 21-year-olds who, yeah, okay, that's fine, right? Like, it's your choice. Your body, your choice. I'm all for steroid use, guys. I'm just concerned if you buy illegal steroids, what's actually in that vial. Because when you inject, you have so many issues for cellulitis, bacterial infections. And what if the compound isn't the compound? Like, let's look beyond that. What if you buy Anavar for your girlfriend and she really gets Anadrol? She's going to be fucking you. So, my point is, guys, I am a proponent of HRT. I am on HRT and proud. And I tell everybody I can to get their hormones checked and make sure that they don't need it. And if they do, to find a good doctor, like the one I recommend, Hormone Health and Wellness. I love them. They've done a lot for me, okay? But I am not a fake natty. But I understand. When I was approached with that question, it was before, like, remember, last time I did, like, 7, so technically, guys, I could compete in an ANBF show. Here's why it's absurd to have allowing, if you're on hormone replacement therapy, you could compete in the ANBF. And I love the ANBF. I helped found it. This is why I was against it. Now, to their credit, no one's really winning who's on HRT. I haven't really taken a steroid off since 2013. That's 7 years next year. You're telling me at 220 pounds shredded, I should be competing against 160 pound naturals taller than me? See what I mean? Like, there's that 7 years and the HRT. Like, you're going to maintain. If somebody does a steroid cycle and they do HRT afterwards, they're not losing shit. They might lose a little bit. They're going to maintain most of it, right? So the bottom line is, dude, and I'm going to end with this. Mind your own fucking business. If someone's not natural and they're lying about it, that's between them and God. And guess what? If people are gullible enough to believe that, if somebody's like, I don't know, I can't really say that because there's genetic outliers. And I'll sit here and say that I truly believe that Doug Miller is natural. So can you really judge a book by its cover? Like LeBron James, have you ever seen that guy play basketball? Is he a fucking alien? There are genetic outliers. You need to get through your head that you're not special, that there are people more special than you. And I've come to realize that, guess what? Doug has better genetics than me. I have to work. I'm a blue-collar bodybuilder. I had to forge every fucking centimeter of muscle. And I have good genetics, but not elite genetics, right? I know that Phil Heath, Kai Green, all those guys, Ben Pekulski, all those guys are better than me. I'm good with that. I know that I could go stand in my driveway and shoot Jays all day long. LeBron James will still beat me at a game of one-on-one. I know that I could go to trade school for the next 40 years. Bill Gates will still be able to outprogram me on a computer. Who gives a fuck? If you want to do steroids and go as hard as you can and get the most you can, that's great. If you want to stay natural and go as hard as you can and get all you can out of it, that's great. The bottom line is, whatever you decide to do, just maximize it. Don't worry about Joe over there. Don't worry about Bill over there. Don't worry about Simeon. Don't worry about Mike. Don't worry about LeBron. Don't worry about fucking this guy, that guy, the other. Who the fuck cares? All you can control is yourself. Like, I tell my kids, they play team sports, soccer. You can only control your play on the field. Bring your teammates up, but at the end of the day, if your midfielder's having a bad game, you need to fucking step it up. You can only control you. Don't worry about the other motherfuckers. If they're lying, again, karma's a bitch. But don't stress it. All you can do is you, okay? I know this might trigger some people, but guess what? Nobody fucking cares about your fucking opinion. Nobody fucking cares about your fucking feelings. Work harder. Work harder. Who the fuck cares? I don't care that it's not fair. That your coworker doesn't care that it's not fair. Nobody fucking cares. Life's not fair. Worry about you. Don't worry about other people because you can't control that they're scumbags. You can't control that they're liars. All you can do is outwork them and take their shit. That's all I got. That's not a game.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The bow and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the